Okay, I got a story I'd like to tell about the night before we got married. We were down in Belleville, Illinois at the rehearsal dinner, which was held at Bob and Betty Bolt's house. And Dan and Jean were there. They had come in from Washington, and I remember Dan was wearing his uniform because he was in ROTC. Or he was down at Petersburg at the time in his basic course for the Army. Anyway, so after the rehearsal dinner, we went to Mary Kaye's house and we had a couple of more drinks. And the family had come down from St. Henry, and they were staying in the townhouse motel behind where Mary Kaye lived, within walking distance. And anyway, people started drifting away. It was about 11 o'clock or whatever. And we had to get up the next day for the wedding. And Mary Kaye was looking a little teary-eyed, and I wasn't sure what the issue was. So we went outside and we got on the back steps, and after a little bit of discussion, it came to light that the problem was she really wasn't sure that this was a great idea, to this getting married thing. And I'm thinking, wow, this is a little late to be finding this out, because like everybody's here and all the plans are made, and Father Len had flown into town for the wedding. And so we talked about it, and I really wasn't sure why she wasn't sure, just wasn't sure. So we talked a while, and then finally, well, okay, it was time to go back to the hotel. So she went in the house and I went to the hotel, not really sure whether or not there was going to be a wedding the next day. But there was, and 40 years later, we're still doing this. And so I guess the moral of that story, if there is a moral to the story, is there may be doubts, but keep them all in their place and then just work at it. It'll all turn out right in the end, right?
Right.
Right.
And trust your instincts.
Yeah, that's it too.
I think you did say, so should we send all these people home? And I said, oh, I don't think so. It'll be okay. And with that, you left, and I went on up to bed, and the next day was a glorious day.
And they've all been glorious days since, 40 years.
Well, I would like to add just a little bit.
Sure.
The part that I would add to this story is that I didn't just fall in love with Len, but I fell in love with the whole family, with Dad and Mom and all the kids who I thought were remarkable, from the first time I started visiting that house when I was a college student, through the time when Len was away and I wasn't even sure what I was to him, but it was Easter time and I was at UD, and I called up Dad and I said, Mr. Fullenkamp, this is Mary Kaye. Do you think I could come for Easter? And he said, why, sure. There's always room for you in our home. And so I did, and it was it was a wonderful family to be a part of. And so as time went on, I not only wanted to be a part of Len, but I wanted to be a part of his greater family. And so when it came time for the wedding, I wanted it to be a family wedding. And we had to work out a few details with my family of origin, my parents, but in the end, we had a very small wedding, but all the siblings came, and Grandma Post came, and it was just what I wanted in a wedding, to get to the end product, which was married in the presence of my family of origin and my new family. And that part has never changed. I never got tired of looking at this pretty face, which was the thought that I had at UD more than 40 years ago, when Len came to get me one time, and I thought, wonder if I'd ever get tired, if I'll ever get tired, or if I would ever get tired of looking at that pretty face. And the answer is, no, I haven't, ever. And it's been a gift.